Hear me out. If the people that you have been stuck in these same cycles with, okay, those ex-lovers, those ex-friends, for sometimes it's even family members, okay, even strangers that you have been stuck in those same cycles and loops with, if those people, and I've said this before, if those people are the NPCs, these jobs are the non-player stations. They are where you go to continue the hell cycle. Okay, let's be real and let's be honest. Speaking from personal experience, okay, I've had it where I've set it up to do something. I've had a goal. I'm like, I'm gonna do this. I get this job. I do not complete that goal. Why? Because all of my energy is being sucked out of me with the job. And I really especially speak for like manifesting generators, okay? And generators that if you're doing something that you do not love, you are essentially just wasting your time and energy. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. You are wasting your time. You are wasting your energy. This is a life of creating sovereignty for ourselves. This is a life where we're supposed to explore the magic that we have within. We cannot do that being tied to these places and situations and people that are causing us to go into the same cycles. And what kind of cycles does a job keep you in? Well, one of the biggest things that a job, one of the biggest cycles that a job will keep you in is the shame cycle. You're feeling shame because you have to do this, you have to perform, you have to make money for this, you have to make money for that, you have to work for so and so, you have to work for such and such, you have to help out with this, you have to help out with that. If you're not working, who are you? If you're not working, what are you going to do? If you're not working, what's going to happen? If you're not working, whether you are inflicting the shame upon yourself or somebody else's and you are taking that on as baggage that you are carrying, it is a cycle that you are keeping yourself stuck in. There are other cycles that jobs will keep you stuck in. You can end up meeting the same types of people there, the same types of coworkers, the same types of bosses, and having the same types of situations happen with them. Being taken for granted, or overworking yourself, or literally not being seen, not being heard, not being chosen, whatever it is, there are so many cycles in which they will literally keep you in the job. And you know what I notice? When I just give myself time to just be present and really be present, I mean really be present, like so present where I'm staring up my nostrils trying to figure out what the is up there. Because hey, I've never stared up there before. I've never taken the time to look and see what's there and just connect with my body and be like, wow, that's amazing. This leads places. Wow, this is all connected. Wow, look at my eyes. I literally stared into the mirror and was like, oh my gosh, your eyes are so reflective. And that's literally what it is, right? It's a reflection of light that's causing me to see. And I'm staring into the mirror, looking into my eyes, staring at myself in the mirror. I was like, who makes these things, yo? Who makes these things? To be so present in that moment, I was simply so grateful. And I find that on these times when I just slow down, you know, and oftentimes when we go to work, we're having to just speed things up. I've tried to make it such a habit now to just slow down, even if going to work, because there's so much honor for your body, for your temple to just have a morning routine. To love yourself, to be present, and to set the tone for the day, to set the intention for the day, and to actually feel good so you're not rushing, constantly rushing. You have to make time for yourself. You just have to. If anything, you just have to. Whether you're making time for you and other people, you have to make time. Because how else are you supposed to connect this body, this vessel that we are given, that is a direct manifestation of our power and energy? How else? But when we are tied to these loops, when we are tied to these cycles, it's so hard to take the time to just sit and be slow and be present and be in this moment and be so grateful. And there's this quote that's coming up from, I cannot literally remember, but they were literally saying that they did not find, those super grand ideas and stuff, in these constant thoughts, in the everyday thinking. It was literally in the space in between the thoughts, that these come out, right? And it's exactly that, when you just take the time. And we're each here for an individual reason, right? We're each here for an individual reason. We're each here to do something different, right? And sometimes that looks like the most basic thing, honestly, and sometimes it's just all the time connected to your inner child and what you want to do. And that's what we're meant to be here and do, and that's it. And people make it so complicated, and we make it so complicated, but it's like, oh my God, if we all collectively did not give power to certain things, what would they even do? What would they do? I feel like at this time, the most important thing is to honor your body and what it needs at this time. These jobs are literally the non-prayer stations. They are where you go to continue your cycles. And until you break out of that and start doing what you want to do, you're always going to be in the same cycle. You're always going to do the same thing and then be wondering, where is my time gone? Where the hell has my money went? We have everything within us. There's so much magic within us, literally within us. And sometimes we just need that time. I was literally scrolling on Instagram, and I'll actually, I'll leave it here. But I was scrolling on Instagram, and I saw this girl pop up. And people was just like, okay, is she on drugs? She called out, she literally called a week out of work. Right? And at the end, she I felt like she over-explained, because she was like, and I'm really sick, but, she didn't have to explain shit. She didn't have to explain anything. It's okay to just dance in your room and, feel the groove and really be comfortable in your body and be present and just take the time to do exactly that, because that's exactly what your body needs. It's okay to take that time. I don't know why we hold so much pressure on ourselves to perform. Who are we performing for? Because it's not ourselves. If it was for ourselves, then we'd be where we wanted to be. We would have everything that we wanted to have. But there's something keeping us back. There's something holding us back. And I feel like there's these levels in which you find out what is holding me back, what is keeping me from being the best version of myself. What is keeping me from being the best version of myself? What is keeping me from being who and all of what I truly encompass? What is keeping me from exploring who I am at my core? What is keeping me from having the most fun in my life that I ever can have, okay? So I'll leave it on there. Sometimes you have to make that decision for yourself. Obviously, I'm not telling you to do anything, but sometimes you have to make a decision for yourself. Are you going to be happy? Are you going to do what you want to do? Are you going to make time for yourself? Or are you going to give time to yourself? Or are you going to create your own sovereignty? Are you going to stop expending the same energy that you are at work when you could be using that towards your business, towards what you actually want to do? You know the answer. Thank you for listening.